Neither Better Trades or any of its personnel are registered broker-dealers or investment advisors. I will mention that I consider certain securities or positions to be good candidates for the types of strategies we are discussing or illustrating. Because I consider the securities or positions appropriate to the discussion or for illustration purposes does not mean that I'm telling you to trade the strategies or securities. Keep in mind that we are not providing you with recommendations or personalized advice about your trading activities. The information we are providing is not tailored to any particular individual. Any mention of a particular security is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold that or any other security or a suggestion that it is suitable for any specific person. Keep in mind that all trading involves a risk of loss, and this will always be the situation regardless of whether we are discussing strategies that are intended to limit risk. Also, Better Trades personnel are not subject to trading restrictions. I and others at Better Trades could have a position in a security or initiate a position in a security at any time. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? It is bright and early Monday morning. A little bit after 4 o'clock out here on the West Coast. Sometimes people say I'm crazy, but that's all right. I prefer to get up early and knock things out. So life's too short to sleep all the time. So, and I got to bed early, and I got some pretty good rest this weekend. So anyway, getting right to it. Looking at the economic data, I will try to make this fairly quick. Lots of earnings coming out this week, but a couple of big things happening. Wednesday, 2 o'clock, FOMC rate decisions coming out. We got consumer confidence the day before, 10 a.m., which that one's been fairly muted lately. FOMC has been as well, so at least nothing crazy. So not like it's been in the past at times. So other than that, nothing terribly exciting as far as economic data coming out. Personal income, personal spending, yeah, nothing huge. Unless there's obviously things can always change, because if one of these things is way off compared to what it should be, then that changes things. But other than that, it's pretty standard week. The big thing that is coming up, weekly earnings. There's a ton coming out. I mean, FOMC rate decision could be huge. And considering the market conditions, it's possible that if he says something that the market freaks out. Who knows? Looking through earnings, lots this week. Let's see, ABX, there's a gold company. Just looking for big name stuff. There was one, I think I saw Baidu on here earlier. Yeah, there's Baidu. So we'll have to make sure, check on earnings on each of the stocks. Make sure you check each of them. CME, CMI, there's Cummins. Lots and lots of stuff. I thought I saw something about Microsoft coming out this morning, but that may have been left over from last week. There's Expedia, F5, Fiserv. Nothing terribly huge right now. Baidu's the biggest one so far. A lot of these I just recognized. GLW. Like GG's a gold company. I've traded quite a bit in the past. Not a lot of big names yet. All the way into M's already. There's Mo, Altria. Used to be Philip Morris. Wish they split it up, but now there's 2 or 3 different companies out of that. NEM, there's another gold company. That's 3 gold. ABX, GG, and NEM. I think those are the 3 top players in the industry. NEM's the big dog, but GG and ABX have come out though too. QGen. Wow, I'm surprised there's not any other big names coming out. Starbucks. Starbucks coming out. Let's finish it off real quickly. Baidu and Starbucks are the 2 biggest. Unless I missed something, which is entirely possible because I'm going through this fairly quickly. UPS, a bank. Visa. Here's Visa. United Steel. Exxon. There's a big one. That'll be interesting with the drop in fuel, the way it's been. Man, we're down, what, 25, 30%? It's under $3 now out here. I don't know where it's at, where you're at, but I saw 287 the other day. Blew my mind. They went, what? It was $4 just, what, a month or two ago? I mean, it's dropped a good 30% or so. So, which is a good thing, which explains the transports. Explains the transports kind of going crazy and turning really, really bullish. So, but just looking at the big picture of the S&P, take that 1100 off there. But let's see, the next major, of course, we've got this point up here, which we could get to. Not quite, just shy of 2,000. So we'll see if it gets up there. V bottoms like this, I mean, you can see, especially looking at the big picture, they just don't hold up that often. Just looking back historically for points where it happens, you can see back here where it dropped off pretty heavy back in 11. It did it. There's a little bit on some of these pullbacks in the market. It's V-bottomed lately. Not necessarily this steep or this quickly. They're pretty close, but we haven't had a big drop like this either. So a little bit surprised by this with the momentum that we had to the downside, but you'll also notice getting in here close, one of the bearish signs that still is appearing, which has been coming up, is you look at the volume, and the volume is still dropping off pretty significantly, even though the run is continuing. So I don't expect, long term, I don't expect this run to hold up. I mean, there's a possibility it continues for a little bit. I mean, of course, it could always change, right? I mean, the volume could come back in, accelerate, and take off to the upside. That's always a possibility. But as of right now, based on what we can see today, things are looking bearish still, even though it's moving higher. Just poking through very quickly the other markets, same kind of thing. NASDAQ, you can see the volume has dropped off quite a bit. We're at that previous resistance point that we've had, 44.85, before it made that breakout. Industrials, same thing as the other markets, and volume getting lighter. Transports are the only one that is different. It's not a whole lot different other than the volume was big on Thursday. Other than that, the volume is light on the rest of the days as well. So, and then the Russell volume actually has been more significant. It's even lighter on the Russell than it is on the rest of the markets. Got a little bit of a hangman on Friday. So it'll be interesting. We've got a downtrend line in place. Kind of been confirmed. I wouldn't necessarily, on a long-term basis, I wouldn't call it a confirmation. I mean, we do have 3 hits on it there, but those 2 are kind of back-to-back. Another hit on it would be more of a confirmation from a long-term perspective, is the way I would see it. So we'll see what that brings in. The VIX, of course, doing what it did before most of the other times, which spike up and then drop back down, except this time we spiked up even higher than before, which may mean absolutely nothing. So we will see if the markets settle down and we just get stuck back in this 12 to 17 range, or what's going to happen. We will see. So, well, that is it for the market update. Nothing terribly exciting. Looks like it's going to be, other than the FOMC minutes and lots of earnings, only a couple of big companies. Looks like it's going to be a pretty, I hate to say quiet week. I don't know if it's going to be quiet. It's never really quiet, is it? But looks like it'll be a pretty standard week. So, all right, we'll talk to you soon.